Well, joining me now is Leah Gazan, the sitting NDP MP for Winnipeg Centre. Ms. Gazan, thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having me.
So you were actually the first sitting NDP MP to endorse a candidate in this leadership race, throwing your support behind the winner, Avi Lewis. What's your reaction to his win today? You must be feeling pretty good about it, I imagine.
Well, first I want to congratulate all the leadership candidates. They were phenomenal. We sold a record number of memberships. We had a huge voter turnout. We raised a record amount of money during this leadership campaign. And here we are today. Yes, I did endorse Avi Lewis, our new leader. Avi and I share very common roots. Both of us come from a party of CCFers. Both of us come from the movement, and both of us come from the grassroots movements. And I think it was his ability to galvanize his involvement in the grassroots movements across this country that allowed him to win today.
Still, the challenges facing the party are many. Obviously, there's a need to rebuild across the country, but also to have a stronger voice in Parliament. And right now, Mr. Lewis, as we know, does not have a seat in the House of Commons. He has ran twice. He's twice failed to win a seat. Why should people expect the result to be any different next time around?
Well, first of all, I want to be really clear. He's not the first NDP leader that got elected that didn't have a seat, Jack Layton being one of them. I'm going to, certainly, so that wasn't certainly a consideration for me in endorsing Avi Lewis, just like Jack. Avi is a dynamic, brilliant leader, and it was my pleasure to endorse him.
But assuming you do feel that it is important for the leader to have a voice in the House of Commons, there is, of course, this question of how he will find his way there. So I will ask you, would you be willing to step aside and let him run in your riding? Is that a discussion that's underway?
I'm going to leave that up to the leader, and certainly as a caucus team, I don't know. I don't know whether the priority is for him to be in the House right now.
If it is, would you be willing to step aside?
I don't think Mr. Lewis would be so boorish as to ask an Indigenous woman to step aside. He's a very, very honorable colleague. He stands in solidarity with Indigenous peoples. He has been a friend and a colleague for many years. He respects voices of Indigenous peoples. I'm not going to entertain that question because it would never happen. Okay,
fair enough. Right out of the gate, Mr. Lewis did speak in his speech, in fact, the first line about the need to ensure that the party is united. Just about 3 weeks ago, you saw your colleague from Nunavut, Laurie Idlaut, cross the floor to join the Liberals. There have been persistent rumors that Alexandre Boulris, the lone remaining MP in Quebec, may also be seeking other pastures, shall we say. How confident are you that Mr. Lewis has what it takes to unite not only your caucus, but really the broader party, the broader electorate out there for the NDP around his leadership?
We are a dynamic caucus. I have been so proud to have Don Davies as our interim leader. We do things differently in our caucus. We actually make decisions as a team. And so I'm very, very happy with the work of our caucus. There's no question that part of democracy is sometimes violently agreeing and sometimes having differences. That's what democracy is about. We are New Democrats. We respect democracy, and I know our leader certainly does as well.
Still, I think we can say Mr. Lewis is, to some extent a polarizing figure. We're seeing some reaction already from the leader of the Alberta NDP, Naheed Nenshi. He said, and I'll just read part of his statement here, I'll quote, "It is clear that the direction of the federal party under this new leader, someone who openly cheered for the defeat of the Alberta NDP government, is not in the interest of Alberta." He said Albertans deserve federal leaders who understand the importance of Alberta. So clearly not exactly a great start. How concerning is it to you that minutes after his victory, he's already attracting this kind of attention, calling into question his ability to unite New Democrats around the country?
Well, like I said, sometimes we will agree and sometimes not. I'm very happy with the fact that Avi Lewis was elected, and let me be very clear. He was elected by memberships, he was elected by New Democrats. I respect the will of our membership. He believes in the will of our membership, and I proudly stand with our new leader.
Very quickly, we have about 30 seconds left, but can you just speak to what you hope to see from Mr. Lewis in terms of precisely that effort of working on the ground to keep New Democrats across the country united? What do you hope to see from him?
Well, there's no doubt that he has built a strong movement. He sold memberships to people who joined the NDP for the first time from coast to coast to coast. He had lineups at events. All the events in Winnipeg alone, we had hundreds of people at his final rally. He knows how to lead. I trust in his leadership, and I'm looking forward to working with him.
Leah Gazan, NDP MP for Winnipeg Centre. Thanks so much again for making time for us today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Ms. Gazan. Really appreciate it.